Well, hello and welcome back. Just going to continue on here with, Old Mods 9. So, first off, I'm going to think about getting a way to increase the amount of ingots we get from ores here. Which the easiest way to go about that is we can use a squeezer here to, get sometimes twice as many ores from ores when we actually crush it in there. And we can actually do a bit of something else here, just harvesting up a few things, but if we make a couple of armor stands here, which means we're going to need some stone slabs, we can plonk them on top, which will actually help out when we go to crush it. So, just testing out, we get some copper ore chunks here, which is not the best thing to be using at the moment, but because it's better to mine them up than crush them. But we can do that, and then, one doesn't quite get down in one hit, but two, and just testing out a few things where actually throwing copper ore chunks in here will actually crush them down, which it doesn't seem to be the case here. But if we get ourselves enough resources to make ourselves a copper ore hammer, and we can get a second armor stand down here on both of them, that is enough to crush the ores in one hit here, which is actually really useful. So we can just use that and crush a bunch down here. And yep, gets us a decent amount of iron. Just crush it all down into the iron ore chunks, which we'll then be able to, which we could smelt those up into ingots as well, which kind of could work. But if we grab enough iron here to be a copper here to make our copper ore hammer, we can use that in conjunction with the ore chunks to actually get twice as much iron from that. So that we could possibly get up to 4 times the amount of ore from a single ore by doing it this way, which does work out fairly nicely. And so with that all out of the way, we can start thinking about, upgrading, getting a few more quests done, which, what am I doing? Oh yeah, start thinking about going, yes, that's right, getting a simple compacting drawer, because there was a few more quests added in between time of recording and whatnot. And they on their updates, so get a simple compacted drawer, which we can then change out the drawer we've got on top of the cobblestone generator here to be able to easily get compact cobblestone first tier there, and just get more and more of that. So that works out fairly nicely. Of course, taking a look at what other upgrades we go there. And so yeah, also there's another one quest saying that you can use dirt and gravel to make more dirt, which I already knew either way. And also in between, we've got enough essence that we could actually get our first essence seed for mystical agriculture to be able to start heading towards that way, which will be useful. And now, I'm thinking mob drops would be quite useful, so I'll start making a mob farm here, which, looking at the various different ways, you could use mob fans or vector plates. Vector plates are a bit more annoying to get, so I'll just go with mob fans. It's a bit more resource intensive, but at the moment we can do that. So checking out the size of what the mob fans could do, they'll push mobs 5 blocks away. So what I plan to do here is make it at least 6 wide and 6 deep and 11 wide, so we can actually have 10 fans push, or 11 fans push him down towards a center block, and 2 fans on either side push them towards the center. So do that. Get need to build more builders once to actually make this platform a bit easier. So get it done, and we can start showing out a bit of an idea of what I want to do here. So we can see here we've got the mob fan to push them all towards our base here. And then where I'm leaving these gaps is where I'm going to put more mob fans here. So get that all done, and that'll eventually lead up to a mob masher, but that'll be for a bit later. So just going to get everything lit up so we don't have any mobs being spawning when I don't want them to. Get everything placed up and seal this up, and that is a basic mob farm here. It's not quite done yet. We still need to make them way more in the way of mob fans because you need a lot of them. It's not too bad. So I'm going to need to get the resources and whatnot to do that, and also make the mob masher. But I also upgrade a backpack as well. So with a bit more farming and whatnot of resources, I have enough stuff to be able to make all the mob fans I need. So we'll do that, but we'll also get some more iron being, well, smelted up, because we need a lot of iron coming forward. So we just crush that all down, get about 34 of that, throw that in, get that being smelted up instead of the stone I was doing before, and we can go and place down all these mob fans here, which when I'm showing the area here, we can see that, yep, the mob fans will flow up into there, all into this one central block here. Now with this iron, I think that might be enough to be able to make Mob Masher, because I could use Iron Spikes with it, but Mob Masher works out nicely because I can also upgrade it. But it's going to require a lot of iron to be able to do that. At least 3 blocks, probably 4, with the amount of swords you need as well. But we can get that done, take a look at other things while waiting for the iron to smelt up. Just thinking, yeah, I could go for a few of these other ones, but they are kind of expensive to get going. But for now, we get all the iron swords I need, and we can start making up the Mob Masher here, because we've got the diamonds and everything. So, Mob Masher will go here, which later I can upgrade that with more upgrades to get things done. And we seal everything off, and remove the torches, make sure that it's purely, well, pitch black in there. And then we can go along and start thinking about, well, powering these mob fans, because we got them, but they're not that useful without actually having a redstone signal. So, easiest way of going about that is just placing torches on them. So, make a, no, not torches, I mean levers. Putting a bunch of levers on them, and, well, considering that the levers will also output a redstone signal to either side, I can put for every 3 other I just need 1, so get that all placed down and turned on, will work. And we also need to supply a redstone signal for the Mob Masher to start working. And we can see here, yeah, the Mob Masher is working, and, well, mob fans are also pushing it onto there. So with a bit of enough spacing here, we can easily get what we need. Let's go through, and we can, I'm just going through and checking out a bunch of quests here and seeing how to progress next. Also, did get a few other things done as well. I'm just taking a bunch of stuff here about how I'm going to progress forward here. Don't really need those chests, but we'll place them down there for now. And yeah, we've got some Endermen, Endertot here, and mobs are spawning and coming through, but yeah, kill that Endertot, and we've got the angry Enderman coming because we killed the baby Enderman, so that's all good. Go through, and yep, we're getting some resources from everything, so that's all well and good. And even got a reward from Graves Tombstones, so that's all well and good. Which turned out to be something that could be useful. So that's nice here. So I can start thinking about expanding out my, or upgrading my existing Civ network here. I'm going to first start off with getting all this back right corner here filled up with entirely diamond meshes, because, well, it'll make it a bit easier to get more diamonds just by being able to sieve a bunch of them at once. And it's easy enough to upgrade, so I can, takes me 4 goes to, with 16 of them to, well, sieve a full stack of gravel, but that gets me a decent amount. And with the dank being upgraded a bit to a gold one, we're able to get most of these being stored in here at a time. So that works out fairly nicely here. But I'm still going to need to upgrade a bit further. So next up, I want to start thinking about a few other things here. So with placing a stone barrel here, we can actually put lava in there. And with that lava, we can pick up, well, put some water on top, which, because of slabs being a bit waterlogged, we can do a bit of trouble. But do that, we get obsidian. And because I also got another endertot and, well, as able to get an ender pearl here, we can do something else able to do. Make an ender hopper, vacuum hopper, which is really nice. Because then I can actually place it on the outside, and that will suck everything that's being dropped by the mobs from elsewhere. So, get a few more things, get another, well, ore hammer so we can keep processing the ores, which I'm eventually going to have to move that diamond furnace, but for now, put down a ender hopper here, which you can see it's starting to pick up items from everywhere, and feed that into the barrel I made. And then, well, a bit more, we can start thinking about actually storing the experience as well. So you could go for a singularity tank there, for just 4 iron, but I'm going to go for a jumbo tank, which will take like 16 iron and a whole bunch of glass, but it'll be able to store a lot of experience. So Do that, and we can also upgrade the barrel here to be able to store quite a lot more, which it's kind of fairly cheap to do. So we can get the upgrade to gold, iron, upgrade to gold, upgrade to diamond, and even the upgrade to netherite, because that's only going to take 1 ingot of netherite, which isn't hard to get because you can get ancient debris by sieving crushed blackstone in diamond mesh here, and look at that, we're getting a bunch of ancient debris. We need 4 of that to make a netherite, so yeah. We do that, make the jumbo tank, can also upgrade, well, we'll just get the jumbo tank down to export the, or get the fluid being imported in, and smelt up a bunch of the ancient debris, and that gets us the ability to make our first netherite barrel here, which gives us a lot of storage space here, not to mention upgrades potential for a few more there, stack sizes and whatnot, but that actually works out fairly nicely to be able to a basic mob farm here. And so yeah, we got another wandering merchant here, but because we're emeralds, we could actually buy off a bit of coral here, which will come in useful, might be useful later, but for now, do that. We can also upgrade our dank another couple of times here to the diamond and the emerald one, which is quite, or emerald and diamond, which gives us quite a lot of storage space in here, which is very nice. And so, with all that, we can start thinking about another thing here. Well, first off, we can get the market, which can be useful if we want more variety of seeds here, because you can pretty much buy all the seeds from it. So, place it down and bang. There is our market. Which you can see here, yeah, there's a lot we can buy from here. All for like 1 emerald, so that's a really nice source. And I also did improve my smelting setup by moving the diamond furnace over and having it being fed fuel and spot to be able to put everything in. And so after that, make ourselves a metallurgic infuser here, which is going to be useful. And then also grab our coal generator to provide the power for it. So we can easily make the infused alloy, which is simple with just putting some redstone and iron, which gives us enough infused alloy to make one after. And then, which is the first step towards making, well, getting enough resources to be able to make the windmill to get a little bit of power generation. I could go and place it up further, yeah, get that all being made, which then needs energy tablets, not to mention a few other things, but once we get everything we need, and also the, well, circuit as well, control circuit, we can get the resources needed to be able to make ourselves a windmill. Which just seeing if there's any quests, and the windmill's fairly cheap to make, we're just needing a couple of energy tablets, the infused circuit and osmium, and bang, that gets us the windmill. Which, I could place it really high up, but that'd be a bit of a pain to get all the way up there, so do that. And there is a couple ways next up is wants us to make steel. There is a couple ways, and the easiest way is, because I've got this metallurgic infuser, I can just infuse iron with coal, and that will get us enriched iron, infuse that enriched iron again with more coal, and get us steel dust. So we can do it that way to easily make do, and just completing a few more quests here, like making an emerald pickaxe, because, well, need that to complete a quest, but it's getting a lot of steel here because that needs to go forward. Can also start looking at a few other things here, like for mystical agriculture I need soul sand, and so the easiest way to get about that is putting sand into witch water, and you get witch water by having a barrel of water on top of mycelium. So making use of that, a whole bunch of sand, when getting that all converted over, we can make the stack of soul sand it needs to be able to complete the quest to get even more. Which, it's not too hard, it's just waiting for the water to be converted into witch water and just dumping all the sand. There are ways you can automate this, but I don't really have a steady, real easy way to get a lot of, well, water being automated, so let's do it that way. And if we come over to the mystical agriculture, we sift the soul sand to be able to get prosperity shards, which is necessary to be able to make everything, well, make any sorts of resource seeds from mystical agriculture. Let's get it done and just keep going through more of these. And yeah, I think the next thing, a few different things. We need to make an enrichment chamber, which honestly isn't too hard, but I also do need to be able to transform more power rounds. So instead of going for the pipes, which can be useful at the start. We'll just go straight for the basic universal cable from mechanism to energy transport. It can be upgraded later on, but for now it's got plenty of energy transportation. So get everything I want being smelted up in that top chest and start placing down the, well, windmill. First off, realizing that, yeah, it needs to come out the front. But with that, we've got a source of energy that doesn't really require me to do anything else. And next up, on the quest line, we've got the superheating element, which that can actually be used underneath the crucible, and it'll be 20 times more efficient than the lava. Because where the lava is only a ×3 multiplier for the crucible, the superheating element gives you ×60, and it doesn't even need power. So that is great. And which means it's melting down the cobblestone a whole lot faster than what I can do. So what I'm going to do here instead is make a item pipe to be able to transfer the items from the cobblestone generator I've got over here into the, well, crucible, which probably should have taken another step in putting that into another tank as well, but hey, this is getting me plenty of resources. So we get the pipes down and make sure that the pipes is extracting out from the chest here, and there's no real need to filter it, but that works out. And we're getting plenty of that. And we get an easy way to make more lava. And just thinking, well, now that we've got access to lava and we've got access to witch water, we could actually get some netherrack here. And I was just thinking that, yeah, I could just do it this way. But no, the witch water gets consumed as well in the making of netherrack, so that's fine. Netherrack will be useful in the future, so okay. And I was checking out the other way of going about this, which is, well, putting the lava on top and putting the netherrack witch water in. Either way, they're both getting consumed, so you can easily just go about this way and just not worry about having to contain it. And yeah, netherrack can actually be used to make the smithing template upgrade for other ones, which is a lot easier to get. So with that out of the way, I can start thinking about what I'm doing next. Taking a look at the quest here, and overall I think the next thing I kind of want to do is progress towards actually making, well, automating resource acquisition at the moment. Which means we're going to need a few other things here. Namely, the flux hammer and the flux sieve. Which does take quite a few resources to get, but we've got everything I need, so grab all that, we'll grab a sieve, we'll grab one of the diamond meshes, because that's probably what I'm going to actually use in there. Make a diamond hammer, we can make the flux hammer, and, well, black dye we can get from sieving blackstone in a, not diamond mesh, but the flint one or iron one or something like that. Gets done. And I wanted the blackstone so I can make the dock for my dank. And so if I put the flux sieve on top, and then you have the flux hammer next to it, because the flux sieve will output to what's ever beneath it, and the flux hammer will output to what's ever in front of it. So by doing it that way, we can make sure that, well, they're getting done. So I'm just testing out to make sure which way it's front, and it turns out, yeah. First time we placed it down, I didn't have the front in the right spot, but second time we placed it down, we get the output to there, and we just need to be able to get cobblestone in. So for now, I'll just make grab a cobblestone tier 5 and another oak drawer, and make use of the pipes again to extract the cobblestone out from the generator and put it into the drawer. And because the flux hammer will actually withdraw from the inventories above it, you do that. Now it's a bit slow at the moment, so a couple ways I can upgrade this, which is kind of gets expensive in the way of cyan terracotta, which it can be a bit of pain to get, especially the green dye. Initially I was thinking I can't actually do that, so that's fun. But we can. But first off, I should go through and make the covalent stuff, which is going to be very useful when I go to, well, Project E. But for now, it's not very useful. And a few other things which I might get around to doing later. But for now, we can do that and a few other quests here. Seeing if I could actually get the reward for all that. Come back and check over at our mob farm, and yeah, we got a lot of resources. Like so much so that our spruce netherite barrel has actually filled up. So need to deal with that. And because of force craft in here as well, we can actually break all these armor pieces down into iron, which is going to be a nice supply of iron for me here. So get all that, and we need to make a force rod. So force gem, make up some force ingots, and then doing that, we figure out that force rod they're making this way only has 2 durability, but we still need that. So we make a force rod to be able to upgrade a sapling into a force sapling, which we only need to redo that once, and then we can get the force logs to make a force stick, which then makes our force rod to be at full strength. And so with this force rod, we can actually go through, make use of this armor, throw it all in here, and we just get various amounts of iron ingots back from this, from all this iron and chainmail armor, which is turns out to be over a stack. Just seeing if there's anything really useful, so I'm going for ones that give a bit of speed here, which is fine. And yeah, could do that with a few other ones like the gold and other ones, but it's fine. We'll see what we get here. Got baconator, which isn't very useful without any pork, so yeah, it's fine. We'll just go through and finish up the last of the armor being reclaimed and seeing about a few upgrades here. So we can get a backpack upgrade to be able to stack our iron up a little bit more. Stack upgrade to tier 1, we can immediately upgrade it to tier 2. Don't quite have enough diamonds to upgrade to tier 3, and we see another wandering merchant here, and they have flax seeds, which I think I'll buy one from, because that's actually very useful going forwards, because getting string a whole lot easier than having to silkworm it. We combine 2 force rods, and yeah, I really need to tie them back up a bit more, but hey, this works out. And then I went back and grabbed a few of these everlasting ability totems from the mob farm, namely speed ones and a step assist one. And because they need XP to be able to equip them, we actually just make an XP faucet tap to be able to get the amount I need. So it ends up by getting like about 3 speed ones, which gives me about speed 3, and then also a couple of step assists, which really allows me to get up and speed things up a bit here. But the frame of view was a bit weird, so I changed it back. And then come back here and realize that, yeah, I can actually make cyan terracotta, because I've got blue and yellow dye. And there's a recipe ad that you can make cyan terracotta or green dye from blue and yellow dye. So make use of that. We're going to need a bunch of terracotta here, so make a bit of clay up, set that in to be smelted. And yeah, just waiting for that all to be done. Check let's get in. Yes, this is just so useful, that mob farm. So we make up our cyan terracotta from everything we've got, and we can start making up the gold tier upgrades for the flux hammer and sieve. So we make a few of those, a couple of them up, and yeah, increase the amount of irons that can be processed to 2 with just a single one, and with 2 that doubles it yet again to 4. So that is one of the way working out very nicely, but still need a bit more glass to actually get the second lot. So that speeds everything up very nicely, and we can actually grow big mushrooms as well, which could be useful in the future, but for now it's not so much. But with all that, it's looking like it might be a good spot to call the end of the episode here. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.